Hi, I'm Noelle Hyman with paperclipping.com. We are in the Sizzix booth.
That's right.
And this is Tim Holtz.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, CHA 2015.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to look at some new stuff you've got here.
Oh my gosh, it's tons. It's so much that really it's basically 4 releases. We're shipping a release in January, February, March, and April of dies, embossing folders, all of that. And then of course we'll talk about new punches.
Yeah. Brand new punches.
I know,
That's
it's
a
cool.
new thing for you.
It's totally new. It's new for Sizzix as well, which I think,
it is?
yeah,
Oh,
it totally.
okay.
It's really, really great. So of course, here's just the first collection that's going to be shipping in January. This one is really inspired by, obviously, my love for coffee. So it's called Fresh Brewed. It's got, some great coffee-inspired stuff, teacups that actually nest and stack together. So the die itself cuts 2 separate teacups and the little plate, but there's a slot that you can stack those cups so they kind of fit right into each other. There's a card right on the top kind of showing you that you can do it out of a lot of different things. We've got great steel rule dies. That's what I love about Sizzix, is having steel rule that I can cut thicker materials like fabric and grunge board and chipboard. So we've got some heart dies. Then of course the steel rule dies that have the matching embossing folders, like with the butterfly and the feather. So when you see these shapes down here that have the great design and the texture, that allows me to die cut, and then it comes with the embossing folder that I can then go put the texture right into it. You can also see a lot of really detailed Thinlit dies. So these Thinlit dies that we're releasing, these of course are for thinner materials, paper, cardstock, but they're again very detailed. If you pan right over to this card right here, you can see that one, that's called Scribbles. You can see the scribbly circles. Isn't that a great die cut?
Yeah, just
and
a
then
different background.
Different background, we've got the hearts on that and then the handwritten love. So really fun assortment for our first wave shipping in January. Then when we go to February, we talk about hitting the road and travel. And this is where it has a couple of steel rule, but mostly a lot of Thinlits because there's so much detail. Where do you see all of these? You can see the United States. This is a Thinlit die. Cuts the United States.
Huh.
But not only does it cut all the states, but it cuts the outline.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
So you can cut that and then you can plug in states of like miss you, if you were traveling or where you've been or any of that. You've got the great globe at the top and those handwritten words, explore, discover, adventure. Those are all Thinlits in 3 different fonts. Same word assortment, but depending whether you want it to be block or script or handwriting, you can do that. You can see here that there's also really fun new dies, some movers and shapers, and this cuts this mini envelope that allows me to put it on a card or put it in a scrapbook and actually create that mini envelope out of my paper and tuck things in. And you can really see that kind of travel look can be really fun and whimsical with that color palette or vintage inspired with the new correspondence.
Totally different look.
Totally different. Then we get into the next release. This is more of kind of the garden look, I guess you could say.
For March, that works.
For March, it's great. And you're going to see, of course, come back to the demo later, you're going to see we introduced a new watering can. This is a Biggs die. So this is going to allow me to cut it out of thicker things like chipboard, maybe add some metal. But this is the one people are talking about. This is the new tiny tattered floral. This is a small spiral flower, designed totally different, and it comes with this quilling tool that allow you to make these detailed dimensional flowers in seconds. Seconds, seriously. And so you can use them here. Same thing, that's a trophy cut from Ideology. Those are the flowers done out of vellum.
Oh, those are vellum.
Those are vellum with some embossing. Yep, just some clear embossing over it. Then you can also see that we've introduced some other dies of celebrating. So birthdays, anniversaries, thinking of you, congrats. We've got all of those word dies that you can now add to your cards and sentiments for this. Because I thought, March was a really good time. You've caught it from the holidays. You're ready to do cards again. I think it's good. And then, of course, our final release for the first part of 2015 is really inspired by, giant birds and patterns and texture. So this one is a much smaller release because it's just some pieces to kind of tie it all together. We have this great large bird, one of the new frameworks, which is kind of this wave pattern, and then you've got these great friendship dies and 2 of my favorite texture fades that have that all over pattern. And you can see by the time we come to this release how we've really infused and incorporated these new designs with all of the previous releases. So you'll see as these come out as well, new projects that kind of pull everything together.
Yeah.
So even though they're separate kind of ship months, they really do all work together. It's not like, oh, we're going from coffee to butterflies. No, it really still kind of works together.
All right, nice.
And then we have this.
Now the punches.
Punches, so many punches, so much product that it looks like it's like a booth of mock-ups. But you'll get it, because we'll have them to demo. But the punches, there's 21 new punches, 3 different sizes, large, medium, and small. This is how they will come packaged, so you'll be able to see the design and feel that it's the design of the punch that was so important. I spent close to 3 years designing punches with Sizzix because I love punches and I know a lot of people do punches, but there were just things about it that I was like, you know what, if I was going to design a punch, I would do this, I would do this. And then finally they're like, okay,
Let's do it.
let's do it. Yeah, so these are the punches. There, you can see that it's a stackable punch. First off, this is rubber. There's a rubber grip here and a rubber grip here. And this end flares out. And the reason is when you're using it with your hand, your thumb will fit in there, your hand will fit in there, you can punch it upside down. However you grab this, it's very ergonomic where your hand actually holds onto the punch. And also it doesn't come in contact back here, so it won't ever pinch you when punches go together, which my hands, that kind of bugs me. It does have a locking mechanism, so it allows me to stack them when it's locked. If I slide this and unlock it, it opens the punch ready to use, okay? If by chance you happen to lock it when you're using it, it's designed that when you still close it, it will automatically unlock the punch. So it won't ever break your lock, and then you can lock it back together.
All right.
Now, in addition to all the cool designs, because like I said, you'll have to go to the website and see the 21 different designs, flowers and banners and shields and all sorts of cool things, there are designs that also work with my ideology stuff. So, for example, these are the new shield charms. This punch, you can punch this and it will fit in there. So it really allows you to kind of take these pieces and mix and match. I've done the same with my heart charms, type charms, collage keys, all those things that work well together. So it's always the big picture.
Cool.
Yeah,
Really cool.
Cool stuff, huh?
All right. Yes. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
You're welcome. Thank
So
you.
this is all Sizzix,
Sizzix, yep.
and you're Tim Holtz.
That's right.
I'm Noelle Hyman from paperclipping.com.
See you.